What if I told you, every mistake you make is not a failure but a form of income, a lesson, a valuable investment? This is not just a quote, it's a philosophy lived by Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba. We often look at success stories like his and see only the final result, the billion-dollar empire, the global influence, the person who seemingly had it all figured out. But that's a highlight reel, a curated version of a much longer, more complex, and often more difficult journey. The real story, the one that holds the most profound wisdom, is written in the chapters of struggle, rejection, and relentless learning. Today I want to take you on a journey through the life advice of Jack Ma, not as a highlight reel, but as a roadmap. A guide that breaks down life into decades, each with its own purpose, its own mission, and its own unique set of lessons. He offers a framework that can help us navigate the uncertainty of our own paths, from our ambitious 20s to our reflective 60s. It's a perspective that transforms pressure into purpose and fear into fuel. This isn't just about building a business, it's about building a life. It's about understanding that where you are right now is exactly where you need to be, learning the lessons that are meant for you at this very moment. So, open your mind, open your heart, and let's explore the powerful wisdom of a man who turned countless rejections into one of the world's greatest success stories. Let's learn how to view our own lives not as a race to the finish line but as a beautiful unfolding show. In our 20s, society puts this immense pressure on us to have it all figured out. We're told to find our passion, land the perfect job, and start climbing the ladder of success immediately. But Jack Ma offers a completely different perspective, a counter-narrative that is so liberating. He says, before you're 30, it's not about you, it's about being a student. It's about absorbing everything you can, like a sponge. Don't rush to be the boss. Don't feel the pressure to launch your own venture, instead, find a good boss. This is the single most important piece of advice for this decade. A great mentor, a great leader, can teach you more than any business school ever could. They teach you values, discipline, and vision. He also makes a fascinating distinction between big companies and small companies. In a large, established corporation, you learn process. You learn how a well-oiled machine operates, you understand structure, and you become a part of a system. This is valuable, but it's only one piece of the puzzle. In a small company, you learn something far more essential: passion. You learn grit. You learn how to wear multiple hats, how to solve problems with limited resources, and how to believe in a dream when no one else does. You learn how to do many things, not just one. It's in these small, scrappy environments that you truly learn the heart of entrepreneurship. So, for this decade, your primary goal isn't to find the right company, but to find the right person to follow. Look for a boss who inspires you, who challenges you, and who invests in your growth. This is your foundation. You are not building your empire yet. You are gathering the stones. You are learning the craft. Every task, every project, every late night is an investment in the person you will become at 30. Embrace being an apprentice. Learn with humility, serve with dedication, and absorb the wisdom that will shape your entire future. As you cross the threshold into your 30s, the energy shifts. The decade of apprenticeship is over. You've spent years learning, observing, and absorbing. You've followed a good boss. You've understood the difference between process and passion, and you've collected a wealth of experiences. Now, Jack Ma says, is the time to turn that experience inward and ask yourself a powerful question: am I ready to work for myself? This is the decade where you must have the courage to build something that is uniquely yours. It's time to take all that knowledge, all those lessons, and begin laying the foundation for your own vision. This isn't a time for hesitation. It's a time for calculated action. The 30s are your prime physical and mental years. You have the energy, the stamina, and now the experience to take significant risks. This is the decade to be bold. If you have an idea that has been brewing, if you have a dream of starting your own business or leading your own project, this is your window. You are no longer just a part of someone else's machine. You are becoming the architect of your own. This is when you start to truly understand your own capabilities and limitations, not through theory, but through practice. Think of this decade as building the core structure of a skyscraper. The 20s were about surveying the land and gathering the materials. The 30s are about digging the foundation and erecting the steel frame. It will be demanding. It will test your resilience. There will be moments of doubt and fear, but this is the work that matters. Every risk you take, every long hour you invest, is another pillar supporting the life you want to create. This is the time to trust your gut, leverage your experience, and build. Don't wait for the perfect moment, create it. When you enter your 40s, the landscape changes once again. The frantic, risk-taking energy of the 30s begins to mature into a focused, strategic power. According to Jack Ma, this is not the time to chase new, shiny objects. It's not the time to jump into completely new industries or try to reinvent yourself from scratch. He warns that this can be a fatal mistake. Why? Because you've spent the last 2 decades building something, you've cultivated a skill set, you've gained deep knowledge in a particular area. Now is the time to leverage that investment. The 40s are for focus. This is the decade of mastery. It's about going deep, not wide. Think about the things you are genuinely good at. What are the strengths you have honed through years of practice and experience? Where is your zone of genius? This is where you must concentrate your energy. Instead of starting a new venture in an unfamiliar field, you should be looking for ways to innovate within your area of expertise. How can you refine your craft? How can you become the undisputed expert in your niche? This is about solidifying your position and building a legacy based on what you do best. Don't mistake this focus for complacency. It's not about standing still. It's about climbing higher on the mountain you've already chosen. It's about strategic growth, not scattered exploration. By this age, you have a clearer understanding of the market, of people, and of yourself. Use this wisdom. Your intuition is sharper. Your judgment is more refined. This is your power. So, resist the temptation to chase fleeting trends. Double down on your strengths, master your domain, and build an enduring presence. This is how you turn experience into true, sustainable success. As you move into your 50s, a profound and beautiful shift in purpose occurs. The focus begins to move from me to we. You have spent decades building, mastering, and achieving. You've climbed the mountain. Now, Jack Ma says, it's time to help others find their own path up. This is the decade of giving back. It's not about accumulating more for yourself, but about investing in the next generation. Your role transforms from player to coach, from protagonist to mentor. The greatest value you can now provide is not in what you do, but in what you enable others to do. Your focus should be on young people. Look for the passionate, ambitious individuals who remind you of yourself in your 20s and 30s. These are the people who will shape the future. Your job is to support them, to guide them, and to invest in them. Share your wisdom, open doors for them, and provide the resources they need to succeed. You have the benefit of hindsight. You've seen what works and what doesn't. Your experience is an invaluable asset that can help them avoid common pitfalls and accelerate their growth. Find joy not in your own accomplishments, but in theirs. This is a critical transition. It requires humility and a letting go of ego. You must recognize that the young people you mentor can and should go further than you did. They have new tools, new perspectives, and a world of possibilities that didn't exist when you were starting out. Don't see them as competition. See them as your legacy. Empowering the next generation is the ultimate act of leadership. It ensures that the progress you've made continues long after you've stepped back. This is how you create an impact that truly lasts. After 60, the race is run. You've been the apprentice, the builder, the master, and the mentor. You have played every role with dedication and purpose. Now, Jack Ma advises, it is time for the final and perhaps most important role of all, the spectator. It's time to step back from the frantic pace of work and ambition and simply enjoy the show. Life, he reminds us, is short. This is the decade to reap the rewards of a life well lived, and those rewards are not measured in money or status, but in time and connection. This is the time to consciously shift your priorities. The focus should now be on your loved ones, your family, your grandchildren, your oldest friends. These are the relationships that bring the deepest meaning to our existence. Spend your time with them, create memories, share stories, be present in their lives in a way that perhaps you couldn't be when you were consumed by your career. This is not a time for new ventures or high-stakes risks. It's a time for peace, reflection, and quiet joy. It's about finding contentment in the simple, beautiful moments of daily life. You've done your part. You've contributed to the world, you've built your legacy, and you've passed the torch. Now give yourself permission to rest. Go to the beach, read the books you never had time for, travel to the places you always wanted to see. Cherish every sunrise and every sunset. Don't live in regret for the things you didn't do, but find gratitude for all that you have experienced. You are the star of your own movie, and this is the final, beautiful scene. Enjoy it. You've earned it. It might surprise you to hear that a man as successful as Jack Ma has regrets. We often imagine that reaching the pinnacle of success erases all past pains and what-ifs. But he is candid about his. He regrets not spending more time with his family, watching his children grow up. He regrets the loss of privacy that comes with immense fame, the inability to walk down a street without being recognized. He speaks of the immense pressure and the toll that working so hard took on his life. These are not the regrets of failure, but the regrets that come with a certain kind of success. But here is where his wisdom shines brightest. He doesn't dwell in these regrets. Instead, he frames them within a larger philosophy. Life is about experience. It's not about achieving a perfect, flawless existence. It's about the full spectrum of human emotion and learning. The joy, the struggle, the success, the sacrifice, it's all part of the package. Every choice has a consequence. Every path taken means another path is left behind. And that's okay. The goal isn't to live a life free of regret, but to live a life so full of experience that the regrets are just small notes in a grand symphony. So, what is the final message? Don't be afraid to fall, especially in your youth. Embrace the stumbles. Learn from them. Make mistakes because each one is a tuition fee for the University of Life. Success is not a destination you arrive at one day. It's not a finish line you cross. It is the journey itself, the process of learning, growing, building, and eventually, letting go. You are the star of your own life's movie. So, don't just rush through the script. Pause, feel, and above all, enjoy the show. So, what can we take away from this incredible life map? It's the profound understanding that every stage of life has its own unique purpose. It's the permission to not have it all figured out at 20. It's the courage to build at 30, the focus to master at 40, the generosity to mentor at 50, and the grace to enjoy at 60. Jack Ma's advice isn't a rigid formula for success, but a compassionate guide to living a full and meaningful life. It reminds us to be present in the chapter we are in rather than anxiously trying to skip to the end. If you're 25, don't fear failure. Make mistakes. Fall, stand, grow, and always enjoy the show. Your journey is not meant to look like anyone else's. The rejections you face are not indictments of your worth. They are redirections. The challenges you overcome are not obstacles. They are character-building exercises. Every single experience, good or bad, is a thread in the magnificent tapestry of your life. Embrace the uncertainty, find joy in the process, and trust that you are exactly where you need to be. Thank you for joining me on this journey today. I hope this perspective gives you a sense of peace and purpose, no matter what decade you find yourself in. Remember that your life is your own masterpiece. Be patient with it, be kind to yourself, and never forget to appreciate the beautiful, unpredictable, and wonderful show that is your life. Like, share, and subscribe for more motivational stories.